This game is simply amazing, and I love it. I'd take it over any current day AAA titles in an instant, gameplay wise. But for graphics, I'd look elsewhere. Doom is a 1990X era FPS series initially released in 1993, who alongside Quake, released in 1996, really defined the first-person shooters that we see today. And yes, we may not see the flashiest of graphics or the best control scheme in the world, but we do have to remember where it came from, what machines it ran on, and what little power it had to play with. At the time, it was amazing. The MIDI soundtracks, the fatback CRT screens, the beige coloured everything, and the old school we don't need no mice control scheme. It would bring back so many memories. Landing at friends' places, betting who could speedrun it the fastest, or trying to play a co-op game with a friend over a 56k modem, after discovering that it was actually Dad on the phone to his mate, talking about the week back with the missus. But unfortunately, I didn't really grow up with Doom at all, really. Well, see, I grew up on the wrong side of the 90s, and I don't really have much memory of playing Doom or any games like that really, because I simply wasn't allowed to play them as a kid. Instead I played games like Spyro and Crash Bandicoot, only later coming into the FPS scene. The aim in Doom is to kill everything, no prisoners. You're dumped into a room with some armor, and possibly a few guys depending on your difficulty setting. You then proceed to make your way through the levels, killing everything in sight. After all, if you won't kill them, they will kill you. The control scheme is a bit weird. Absolutely no mouse needed. All is on the keyboard. Left and right are responsible for looking. Up and down is to move around. Left control to shoot, and space to interact. It's a bit finicky. If you're a current day shooter type of kid, you might want to look into using something like Z-Doom for its excellent mouse support and compatibility. Although if you're still using the old Doom 95 executable with no hitches, props to you. I'll prefer using Z-Doom, and I'll drop a link in the description because it plays nicer with current hardware and resolutions, like 1080p, and has an option for mouse look. But if you're an OG Doom player like my dad, you might want to stick with the keyboard only option. But personally, I like to play with the keyboard and mouse for greater accuracy. But honestly, fuck the control scheme. We play games for what they are, not how we play them. Let's get into the benchmarks. Actually, no. This game can basically run on anything you throw at it. Unfortunately, I only have current day hardware around, but even then, my notebook, if you can call it that, at least, running an Intel Atom X5Z8300, clocked at a measly 1.4 GHz and only 2 GB of RAM, can run this game even at its native resolution of 1920 by 1200. But saying that, it doesn't even have any graphical settings, but I'm pretty sure mods can fix that. Honestly, this can and will run on anything. I think it can even run on my old retired iPhone 4, which can't even run Pokemon Go apparently. So in conclusion, I love this game, and every now and again, I'll fire it up and play it for a couple of hours, and remember what it was like to not grow up with it. Stay tuned for the next video where I take a look at Half-Life 2, the perfect game. Thanks for watching, and good night.